What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down some of Kenny Golladay's route running. We're going to be talking about how you guys can get some separation on an in route with a DB hip-to-hip, how you guys can get some separation on a dig route against press, and then how you guys can win a jump ball situation, and what's the things that you got to do when you go up for one of those 50-50 balls or one of those throws in double coverage. You got to go up and make a play, okay? And guys, if you're a receiver and you want to get better hands, you want to improve your catching ability, and you don't have a quarterback to throw to you, check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days, guys. 30-day program to improve your grip strength, hand-eye coordination, and gives you overall repetition drills to help your game improve. Let's get started. So first things first here, we're going to be talking about this little quick 5-yard in route, but mainly we're going to be focusing on when a DB's hip to hip, what plan can I have to get some separation, right? So let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes off the line, just gives him this quick little 1-2, gives him that little head and shoulder lean into him, and then makes this play over the middle. Now, important that off the line, everybody when we're up against a press DB like this and he's inside leverage, they all want to come out with all this fancy stuff, all these moves, do this little hesitation, then work a route, and then get to the inside. But you guys got to know the situation that we want to work these releases, right? So if I'm like the first read on this play, and chances are it's a quick little 5-yard route, chances are I'm probably the first read. The quarterback wants it out right now. He wants to get this thing out of his hands, get it to us as quick as possible. Maybe he's going to be getting pressure. Doesn't look like he's getting pressure, but maybe he will be. But if I'm the first or the second read on a play, I got to give this guy something quick off the line, because I got to get to the spot that the quarterback needs me to, especially against a zone coverage situation. I know this wasn't quite 100% zone. It's almost a man coverage situation, but even against man, I got to be able to beat press no matter what, with something quick, with something long, with something whatever. So let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So it gives a quick 1-2, bursts up to the inside, head and shoulder lean into it, that makes this catch into almost like this really tight window of a throw. So now, when I come off the line, you see how he just gives a quick little 1-2 and just comes off the line, right? So a quick little in, out, quick head and shoulder fake to the outside. Not really going to focus a whole lot on this release. We're going to mainly focus on the top of the route, because you guys got to have a plan, right? Everybody off the line wants to be able to come off, break the guy's ankles, restack, give him a head fake, and then go. But sometimes it's not always going to go as planned. You guys got to be able to have a plan for how this DB is going to play you, and you guys got to, and it can't just be all on the fly. You can't just be thinking on the fly 24/7, because then you're not selling vertical. You're thinking about too many things. You're going to confuse yourself. You guys want to try to be able to have a reactionary plan for everything that this guy does, right? So especially if I'm taking this inside release and he's able to get hands on me and he's hip to hip. Let's say this was like a deeper route. Let's say this was like a post or maybe like a 15-yard dig like we're about to look in a second. This DB's, there's a very good chance that he will eventually be on your hip to hip, hands running with you. How can I get some separation? I got to have a plan for this. I got to be able to have another tool in my arsenal to create some separation for me. So he does a great job of getting this little lean into him right here, right? And it's not so much a push off. We're not extending and we're throwing. We're just leaning my upper half and almost leaning your shoulder and your hip into him. So when you decide to snap this thing off with this aggressive, heavy indicator cut, we can get some separation, right? It's not quite a push off. I'm not shoving him. I'm not extending my arm. The ball's not in the air. I just give him a little bit of a lean at the top of the route with my whole torso. And as I break to this inside, I give him this little almost head and shoulder nudge, right? You want to nudge him with that upper half. Another great way you can get separation, especially when a DB's playing this thing pretty decent, hip to hip with you. You give him that little head and shoulder lean, and you give him that little almost just a quick little push with your upper half to get some separation. And then we make sure that we accelerate out and widen the distance with this DB after I create separation at the top of the route. That's a great rider by Golladay. Let's watch this thing full speed again one more time. So he comes out quick, takes the inside, gives his little head and shoulder lean into him, and then accelerates up to the middle of the field. Great route. So now, look, it's very similar release. Now it's a deeper route where I got to push vertical, and I'm able to restack, right? So this is something that you got to have a plan for, right? Now, again, what situation is this? He gets the ball right off the break, right? And he comes off the line with something quick. He just gives him a quick 1-2 off the line, pushes vertical. Means he's probably a first or a second read on this play, right? We don't want to be doing this thing. If you're the last read on the play, let's say you're the third or the fourth read, or maybe you're a backside guy, but you still commonly get the ball, I don't need to get to this window as fast as possible. I could take some time off the line right here. I could maybe work a hesitation move and try to leave him, give him that 1-2, create some space, and then go. Because that's the timing of the play. You guys got to understand what the read is. That's why you guys got to be like a second quarterback on the field and have a high IQ. So you can understand all aspects of the play, so that can help you structure what you're going to do accordingly, right? So I'm probably the first or the second read in this situation. So he comes off, he just gives him a quick 1-2, same thing. Let's take the inside release. Now he's got a plan, right? You want to have a plan with those hands as much as you have a plan plan with those feet. So when he comes off the line, gives him that quick 1-2. When you want to take an inside release on a DB, which hand do you have to beat? You got to beat his inside hand, right? So what we can do is we could either swat with this right hand. There are a lot of different things you could do. I'm not one to say, oh, well, he should have just hit him with this hand. He should have just hit him with this hand. There's a lot of different things that you can do when it comes to hand technique, right? There's not one universal thing. But what he decides to do is he decides to give him this kind of 1-2. He's got some space. Let's rip over the top with this right arm, because I know all I got to do is beat his left arm. So I rip over the top with my left arm, with Golladay's left arm. He rips over the top, swats this DB's left arm by. So now he's got the inside release. He's off of press. It's not that complicated. This is where you guys got to get to, because that's how you can keep timing with the quarterback. And especially when you're a first or a second read, that's all you really have to do. Give him something quick off the line, get his hands off you so he doesn't disrupt the timing, and then let's work. So now he does a great job of restacking, giving that little head and shoulder fake to the outside, which is a really good job to get this DB to sit back to the outside. And you could have given him a couple different things at the top, right? You could have given him a rocker step. You could have given him a harder indicator cut to the outside. When you're able to restack a DB and he doesn't have hands on you, that's where you could do a lot of different things at the top of the route, right? You give him this head and shoulder fake to the outside. You give him this rocker step. You give him just this. Honestly, what he just did right here, just maybe a little bit of a head and shoulder lean. So this restack is super important, and that's another thing that you got to have a plan for, right? What if I restack him? What's something I could do? What if he plays this thing well and he's hip to hip with me? Maybe I give him that same kind of lean that I just did. Maybe I hit him with a fake throw by if I'm the last read on the play. There's a lot of different things you can do, and there's so many different reactions that you guys got to be able to have. It's got to be instinct, and that's why when you guys train, you should be working 20 different situations, or not just focusing on maybe like 2 different moves. You should know a lot of different things that you can do. So when you come into a game, you could pick like 5 things. Okay, these are the 5 things I'm going to focus on this game. I'm not going to confuse myself. I'm not going to try to just come up to the line and pick from a list of 100. You'll never accomplish anything like that. You'll never understand what releases you need to do and what not. You just got to make sure that you pick one. Let's roll with it. You got 5 to choose from, 5 moves at the top of the route, and let's go. You know it would work because you're a film study, because you've been working this. So you got this lean, you got this heavy indicator if we restack, or maybe if he's running over the top of you and he's outside leverage, I could throw him by. So many different things that you can, or inside leverage, so many different things that you can do. That's why we got to have a reactionary plan for every single move at the top of the route. Let's watch this thing again, full speed, one more time. So he comes off, gives his jab, pushes up to the inside, swats those hands by, gives that little head and shoulder fake, then great job making this catch over the middle, going up strong. So now we're going to be talking about, I know this really isn't a route, and I know this video is mainly focused on route running, but, or this isn't really like a route detail, but we're going to be talking about how to go up and win a 50-50 ball, right? Now, a lot of people would just say, oh, just catch it. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, you just want to catch it. Yeah, but like what's going to get me to that position? How can I make this play? So when we're going up with a DB, obviously we want to go catch it at its highest point, right? But when we go up for these 50-50 situations, the DB is going to be trying to get a PBU. He's going to be trying to knock that ball out, do whatever he can to knock that ball and not get beat over the top. So when I go up and I catch this thing at the highest point, right, that's the basic advice. That's the advice we're all taught in Pop Warner and youth ball. Go up at his highest point and go get it, right? But when I go up at that highest point, it's so important that I go up strong. I go up with a strong grip. I go up with strong arms. My hands are soft. I'm nice and relaxed, but I go up strong to go make this play above the rim. And if I could go grab this thing from above the rim and be real physical and almost rip this thing down and use my body to protect this thing from the DB, that's what's going to get me space, especially if you're like in the back corner of the end zone and maybe this DB's in front of you and you go up and you catch this ball. You almost want to secure it. And honestly, something I've seen people teach is you want to maybe pull it back over your head or turn your shoulders so the DB doesn't have an opportunity to make it. So we go up strong. We protect this thing with my body. I put my body between the defender and the ball to make sure that I secure this catch. That's a great job by Golladay going up for this jump ball. Great overall 50-50 ball catcher. Let's watch this thing again, full speed one more time. So coming out here, outside, just beating him with speed. Go up for this thing. Make sure I go up strong. Make sure I have soft hands. Rip this thing away and make sure my eyes focus on this thing so you're catching that ball in that almost picture frame, taking a picture with your eyes. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, you can leave those in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And also, guys, if you want to improve your hands, check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days. I'll see you guys next time.